Okay, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We're so happy to have this information session for Ghana Federation of Disability Organizations. It's such a privilege. My name is Tari Ronyimo, and I am Head of Stakeholder Engagement at Digital Frontiers and Fundraising. And today we are going to talk about a scholarship opportunity that is part of the FIRST+II project under CAP Plus, which GFD is a part of. We are going to explain the context of the scholarship, the capacity building opportunity, and what we aim to achieve with that opportunity, and the scholarship criteria itself. So thank you so much for this opportunity, and I hope that it's very beneficial to everybody who's taken the time to come up and explore it, and I hope that it'll be useful. Okay, so let me start off by giving an introduction to Digital Frontiers itself. Digital Frontiers is a nonprofit organization. We're based in Cape Town, but very much Pan-African. We consider ourselves a partner to the development sector, which is the role that we're playing in the FIRST+II project. We provide services such as technical assistance, capacity building, we digitize knowledge products, and also participate in consulting opportunities with an objective to accelerate the achievement of sustainable development goals. Now, the FIRST+II project, which means financial institution, resilient and strengthening, FIRST+II, is the second phase of an overall project objective of creating opportunities for young women in Ghana. So it's focusing on youth, and it's focusing on women and job creation. But within that, there are a lot of pillars which a lot of partners are responsible for. We fall in the industry enablement or market strengthening, as I like to call it. And how we are doing it is we are creating capabilities to strengthen the market that serves marginalized groups such as youth and women, with a focus on MSMEs, that's small and medium enterprises, within agricultural value chains. So you will know that also smallholder farmers play within this agricultural value chain. Now, in market strengthening, we're talking about financial services, which include banks and non-banking institutions that are at the grassroots serving those MSMEs or players within the agricultural value chain. And within that, we use digital financial services or Fintech to serve that market. So in order for us to really strengthen it, we need to be able to use or offer products and services that are valuable and relevant to that market, which is the capacity building that we are offering. And we are offering it to specifically young women to come into this market, young women who understand the sort of challenges that other women in the market are facing, or how they have been left behind, or maybe the products are not as relevant to them. We bring them into the fintech industry, give them the skills and the knowledge for them to participate in that industry, and then they can join with the possibility of joining the market and being players themselves in fintech. So essentially, we are looking at people who are curious about digital financial services, are curious about the gender gaps that we see, or the gaps that we see, and that has left some youth and women behind or not participating equally in the opportunity. And we've created a journey with our courses under a program that is called the Certified Digital Finance Practitioner Program. Now, this program is a very successful program, which I am a part of, and Asantewa is a part of. So I have certified within the Certified Digital Finance Practitioner Program. I have gone through a lot of the courses, and the journey that we have created for this program is we've selected some specific programs that bring in that strengthening that aligns with the overall goal of the FIRST+II project. Asantewa will go through that journey that we've created, and these courses are some of our popular and very useful courses that are used by a lot of our Ghanaian alumni, which you'll be able to interact with through our community engagement opportunities that Asantewa is responsible for. So there is a lot that this program is offering, and we have a mandate to ensure that members of GFD who meet that criteria can also come in and get that capability and be able to participate in this great opportunity under Capital Plus Exchange and under Mastercard Foundation as well. All right, I'm going to stop there and hand over to Asantewa. And then what we're doing is we want it to be very interactive. So we want you to ask us questions so that we can see what's coming up as a challenge and what's coming up as an opportunity. And then we will give you information about how to apply and also how to on board in this program that other people are already enjoying and are already feeling the impact of the capacity building. So I'll hand over to Asantewa.
Thank you so much, Tariro, and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Asantewa, and I'm here in Ghana representing DFI and this project. So Tariro spoke about the financial technology industry and how we are looking for young girls who are curious and excited about building a career in the digital financial services space. So I wanted to start by giving you an example of what digital financial technology is. I believe all of us use mobile money, right? You're either using MTN Momo or Telecash or AT Money. I'm sure all of us use it. So that is a typical example of a fintech solution or a digital financial service. And because all of us use it, it is very common here in Ghana. And you know how these industries are growing. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of women in the industry. So which is why this scholarship opportunity has been created so that young women who are curious in exploring career opportunities in the financial technology space, mobile money, it could be mobile money, it could even be in a bank that is offering you digital solutions through your bank app and all those opportunities. You can get the needed knowledge and skills to be able to get employment within the space, to get opportunities within the space. And to be able to successfully get these opportunities, we are offering you 5 courses as part of the scholarship. You'll be taking a course in product management. I mentioned mobile money. Mobile money is a product. So once you take that course, you'll be able to understand how all those products that we see are developed. How do they come about? How do these people think and sit down and say, okay, we are going to develop a solution that we will call mobile money and people would be able to use it. So we'll give you that understanding and we'll give you all the supports that you need to be able to complete the course. It's going to be for 5 weeks if you take the product management. And then we have another product that we call Digital Finance for All. That is a 4-week course that will provide you insight into credit, savings, insurance for people who are under. So you talk about people who are underserved. It means that those are people that do not have access to financial services. So we are going to show you how we can use technology to provide services for all those people. That is where financial inclusion comes in. And then we have digitizing agric. You have a lot of people within the agric sector, our farmers, the women you see at Makola who are selling all the things that are produced by the farmers. They also need to digitize their solutions. You can buy something from a farmer and help the farmer add technology to what they do. So when you take a course in digitizing agric, that's what you're going to end up with. You have the skill set and the knowledge to be able to advise any farmer on which digital solutions are good for their business. And then we have the digital finance for the MSME. MSME means micro, small, and medium scale enterprises. And they too, we are going to show them how they can use technology to improve their businesses. And a typical example of an MSME would be someone who has a shoe business and sells maybe in Accra. Even the businesses you see in Accra, most of them are small and medium scale enterprises. And we know how now mobile money has become very common, and we can support them to add that to their businesses. So when you take that course, that's the knowledge you're going to get. And then we have the agent network at the last mile. We are going to show you how the agent business is done, the models, the cash in that you do, the cash out. I know we are very common, cash in, cash out is a very common term for all of us because we use mobile money. So we are going to show you how that business model is done so that when you are done with the course and you even have interest in having a mobile money business or a mobile money agent business, you understand what it takes to be able to do that. So when you get the opportunity to be on the scholarship, these are the courses that you're going to do. I know as I was presenting, you're asking yourself, so who qualifies for this scholarship opportunity? Tariro mentioned that we are looking for young girls. And I also explained that the industry is growing. There are lots of men in the industry, not that we are against it, but because we are looking at inclusion and all women also use some of these solutions, it's always important to have a balance of men and women. So now we are focusing on women so that we can bring in a lot more women into the sector. So we are looking at young women who are between the ages of 15 and 35. So if you are 15, 16, up until 35 years, you qualify to apply for the scholarship. And once you qualify and you meet this criteria, we would look at that. There is also the regional breakdown. So these two are our priority criteria. But in the event that there are more of you, we'll look at the regions because the projects that we are working with, the project partners have regions that they have prioritized. So if you are applying and you are from, let's say, the Ashanti region, the Eastern region, the Western region, the Western North region, the Bono region, the Bono East, Ahafo regions, there are priorities for you. Not to say that those within the Accra and the other regions cannot apply. You can apply, but where we have more applicants than we are looking for, that is when we would now look at the regions to then determine who would get into the program. Like you said, we are looking for very individuals who are interested and passionate about building a career in the financial technology space. And so if you are a woman, you are between the ages of 15 and 35, you are passionate about finance, you want to someday work in a fintech company, like maybe a mobile money company, or you want to work with a bank, or you even want to run your own mobile money agent business, then this is your opportunity to apply for the program. Now, when you are done with the program, you successfully complete all the 6 courses within the 6 months period that we are going to dedicate for you to finish the program. What are the opportunities for you? I mentioned that the industry is growing, mobile money business is growing. Aside that, there are different arms of the fintech companies that are growing. So there are opportunities for women within the sector because there are limited women. So it means that if you have the skill set, then there is an opportunity for you to be employed within the sector. But for us as partners of this project, when we are done, we are looking at placing our participants who were able to successfully complete all the courses within the 6-month period for an internship opportunity. So we'll be looking for the opportunities to place all applicants within from the GFD as well, within fintech companies where they can practicalize what they learned in the classroom. There is also a community of practice. A community of practice means that there are others within Ghana who are also digital finance practitioners, or we have also learned and have these skill sets. So you're going to be part of that community, and we are going to work together. We are going to mentor you. We are going to support you. In that community, we share opportunities for employment. And so once we see any employment opportunity, we put it on the page and we work with you to ensure that you are successful, be it an interview. We provide you with all the support that you need, because you would meet other female practitioners who can serve as mentors for you. How do you apply for this scholarship? So after this session, we would share the scholarship application link with the GFD, and then the association will now share it with all of you. And then you can fill the forms. We have a few questions that we are asking you. So you put in the questions, you answer them, and then you submit them. Then we will use the criteria that we have outlined to now shortlist the 10 people that we are looking for to be on the program. Tariro, is there anything I left out that you would want to add on to?
Sure. Thank you so much, Asantewa, for really explaining thoroughly the FIRST+II course journey that we've created. If you do have the link for application, I think we have a very intimate group here. You can post it. Yes,
Okay.
please
All
drop it
right.
in
I
the
do.
so that people can already start applying.
Okay.
So the mode of delivery of the courses is online. So we have a learning management system that has these resources that you will be interacting with to get the skills that you need, or to be tested on how well you're doing. You'll have access to resources. There will be some videos. So there are a lot of moving parts for you to actually then get the learning. Once we know exactly who we are onboarding from the GFD members, we will also put in concessions in order to support the person to complete and pass the FIRST+II journey. So it's important for you to know that it's an online course. So there's a lot of things that come with online learning, but once we know exactly where the interest and the demand is coming from, we will also adjust in order to make sure that you pass. But there are some instances where it might be limited or might present a bit of a challenge. But we are working very hard to ensure that those who have interest can be able to go through the courses successfully. So I think if anybody has a question, I think they should be free to ask us. Even I don't know if they can type, whichever way you think is easier for you to communicate with us. Please go ahead and do so, and we will respond. I know we've blocked an hour, but we don't have to spend the entire hour. This is really an information session, and we want it to be very as interactive as possible. We want to give you what you need in order to be able to access the program.
Yeah, Tariro, before you come with a question, I have dropped the application form in the comments session, in the chats, session. So, and we'll still share it there, but the form has been posted. So once you click on it, you can go online and then fill the form.
I can say we're also in partnership with the Digital Financial Practitioners Association in Ghana. That is an entity that was formed under through our communities of practice. Now, our communities of practice are associated with the capacity that we'll be building. So, in Ghana, our student alumni would meet and discuss different thematic areas, and this journey falls within inclusive finance. So they would meet in Ghana and discuss inclusive finance learnings that are now contextual to Ghana. Because when you learn on our learning management system, we explore different contexts, global, sub-Saharan Africa, Asia, the different regions that we have that are fighting inclusive finance or that want to ensure that there is inclusive finance. And then the community of practice brings all of that into a Ghanaian context, look at their own market, look at the challenges that are happening there, and advocate for inclusive finance, or whether it's products and services, whether it's an enabling environment. Bank of Ghana is very much a part of the FIRST+II project. So, all of those issues are discussed. And the participants of the inclusive finance journey, or the course journey that we're talking about, will be able to join such a community of practice and interact with these professionals who have formed the Digital Finance Practitioners Ghana, which Asantewa is a part of, and get to interact with the professionals, the leaders in the inclusive finance ecosystem in Ghana.
Terry, there's a question in the chat box.
Okay.
She says, Juliana says, please, can you explain the scholarship package?
Okay. So that means somebody has paid for you to go through a selected program under the FIRST+II project. So in this case, you'll be committing to taking up and finishing this program, which consists of 5 courses that Asantewa has described. So within the scholarship itself, we do have a criteria which includes an age range for youth, but we really were not expecting 15-year-olds. But the definition of youth includes 15 to 35. So you should fall in between there. And we're also looking at, I think the overall criteria has been looking at people who necessarily have finished their secondary school, but possibly haven't found employment, haven't found an education opportunity. So we are presenting this education opportunity for you, which leads into a career in fintech. I don't know if I have fully answered the question.
I think you have. So Juliana, you're not paying for it. It has already been paid for, like Tariwo said. All we need you to is to come and learn, and we are here to support you to finish the courses successfully. So you're not paying any money. The money has already been paid, and what we are giving you is the necessary skills to be able to do that. Felix is asking, if we can consider him. Felix, we mentioned that for now we are looking at women, young women, within the age brackets that we have given, the 15 and then the 15 to 35. So for now, it is available for women only. Thank you.
Yes, but I think, Godfrey, please do send in your application
Felix,
for us
yeah.
to be considered. But we
Okay.
highlighted the preference for women. We really want to empower young women, but do send in your application, and then we will see, depending on the mix of applicants that we get. So we're
Okay.
not shutting that door on you, but do note that we are targeting young women.
Felix says thank you. Okay, please, any other questions? Do you have any questions? Any more questions that you would want to ask? If you have any questions, we are here to answer your questions and provide you with all the needed explanation that you need before you apply for the program. And the application link is in the chat box, so kindly do that. Terry, there is a question here. Hello, Auntie. Are the scholarship package applicable to the visually impaired? There was another question that says, hi, this section applicable for women for now. So Ibrahim, you heard that you can put in the application as a man, and we would, depending on the numbers that we see, we would see what can be done. So you can go ahead and apply. Yeah, Periro, the scholarship package applicable to the visually impaired.
Okay, so I think, and I hope I say it right, it depends to what extent the impairment is like. So we can adjust our learning management system in order for those who need bigger fonts. If that will help, we will do so. But remember, it is a visual system, so it really depends on the kind of impairment that you have. If you are supported by just making the font larger, then you are able to participate fully.
Thank you. There are some other questions. Juliana says, since what resources are available? Okay, thanks. What resources are available? I think you just explained that, or would you want to? She's asking what resources are available. Someone also wants to know, since it is going to be online, will students be assisted with data?
Okay. So I'll start with the data one because the resources one, I think you might have to read
Yes.
so the learning management system itself is designed in a way that it doesn't utilize too much of the data because we do operate on the African continent and we understand the data challenges. But you do have to have access to a device. You do have to have access to internet. We won't be giving vouchers for data and things like that. So I think it's important to find a place within your region where you can access internet. Once you've accessed internet, you're able to download, you're able to work offline, and then upload your answers. Let's say you have to put in an answer to an assignment. You can work offline, and then once back you're online, submit the information that is required. You can read offline and access, consume the content that we have. And then once you're online, you can continue with your journey. But in terms of us assisting with data, that is not part of the scholarship, unfortunately.
Okay. So since it's going to, okay, we have answered that. How is training going to organize weekend or full time? Do you want me to
So
take?
yes, take that one.
Okay. So the trainings I won't even call it, we have already done the training and it's on the portal. So once you log in and you have your courses, it's a weekly basis and you do that on a weekly basis. So if this is week one, once you go to the portal and you are taking the course, say product management, you would see all the courses and the product management that you have to do in week one. So it means that from Monday to Sunday, you have access to the information, you have access to your portal, you can go there and do that at your pace. But you have to always be on campus every day, at least you have to commit like an hour or an hour to two to finish the courses. So once you are there, it's a weekly thing. So every week you have access to your courses. You have to go online and complete courses. So in order not to put pressure on yourself, if you get onto the program, I'd advise that at least on a daily basis, you go there. Even if you do 45 minutes, by the time the week ends, you would have completed all the tasks that have been assigned to you to do. So we don't, and so if you want to do all your courses, Saturdays are your free days. That's when you can have time, some hours to do all your courses. That's up to you. But you need to access, so in order not to fall behind, to go there every week, every day, to just complete the course. Once week one is done, you would have access to the next week, and then you can go ahead and do the following week's course. Tari, I don't know if you want to say anything you want to add on.
No, I think you said it. You said
Mm.
everything that needs to be said there.
For class, will we always meet online or in person? So we have the main courses will be done online, but we have what we call the community of practice meetings that we are going to organize at the end of every course. So once you finish, for example, the product management course, we would have an in-person meeting, we'll have one in Accra, and then we'll have one in Kumasi. And the in-person meetings will bring an expert someone within Ghana who has done the course that you did and is currently practicing. And the person will take you through, will ask questions, will take your feedback. And then, so once every course is done, we'll have an in-person session that we can have conversations around the product so that we can also know where you are, your pain points, if you like it, and then we can support you. We have created a community, a WhatsApp group, and put all participants on. So it's a community that we have so that we can provide you with continuous support. So on the WhatsApp group, if you drop a voice note, we will listen and support you. If you text, we would listen and support you. So once you get into the program, these are some of the mechanisms we have put in place to ensure that you have the best of experience on the program. Tario, would you want to add on? You're fine.
Maybe I
Oh,
can just add on that when you do meet in person, remember Digital Frontiers Institute has a network of professionals who are leaders in the market. So, and also in the FIRST+II project itself, we've partners with GAMFIN. Now, GAMFIN is a network of microfinance institutions, SACCOs, credit unions, rural banks. Those are already institutions that are players, especially in the marginalized groups. And you'll be able to interact with these organizations. You'll be able to interact with the professionals from those organizations and just create that network. I think it's very important, especially for women, to create those networks where we support each other, we create opportunities for each other. And we're saying within these interactions, you'll be able to create, or Asantewa will make sure that the conversations is about creating opportunities for young women
yeah.
to participate in this financial inclusion ecosystem. That's why it's really important that this opportunity is given to someone who will best utilize it. That's why we always emphasize on passion, because we know that when somebody is committed to this, they'll take it through, and we'll get that impact story that we need at the end, that I started with just an interest. Now I am a big player. I work for MTN, or I'm working for this microfinance in Ghana, or Apex. That the Apex is another
Yeah.
another community of
Rural and
small
community
banks, rural
bank.
bank. Yeah, yeah. So those are the kind of opportunities that we want to create with this program. Very exciting.
Yeah. Someone is asking, please, will we have a certificate after completion?
Yes, so you'll have on completion of each course, you'll get a Digital Frontiers Institute certificate. Now, having that certificate on your CV does open doors. So, banks in Ghana and across the continent and global, they recognize the Digital Frontiers Institute brand. That's our institute. That's the school that delivers that capacity building that we're talking about. It's a brand that's well known. So once you get that stamp of approval from us, that certification, it will indicate that you have the skill. to participate in inclusive finance divisions of a bank, of a microfinance, of a mobile network operator, and within the ecosystem.
Thank you, Tariro. So Beauty is asking, will you share our data after this meeting? Because I'm not sure, but if it is the email, the link that we are going to send, yes, after the meeting, we'll send the link to every participant who was on the call as well. So we'll send an email to all of you with the application link. I'll put it in the chat box, but we'll send it to you as well. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So Tariro, that's that. Something needs summarization here. There is a hand up. So let's take the person and then okay, Godfred's hand is up. I think Godfred is taking over from Martin, you right? Okay. So Sarah, please, if you can spotlight, give Danny, if you can give Godfred access so that he's taking over from Martin as the sign interpreter.
Hi, Eunice. I'll quickly do the change. Give me a few seconds.
Okay, thank you very much. So we are still taking questions. Okay, I am to change with, okay, good. I have a degree in banking and finance and can't wait. Okay. So someone has a degree in banking and finance and can't already wait to be part of the program.
That's absolutely amazing. We can't wait to read your application and possibly onboard you onto the project.
Are there any more questions?
You know, we're going to share our info email, right? For
Yeah.
people to ask if there are any more questions. For like I said in the beginning, we don't have to utilize the full hour. If you do feel like for now you have information that you need at least to consider the opportunity and see if it's something that you think is for you, or at least just make an application and see how it goes, for Eunice to assess and consider you as part of the program, then that means we have achieved the objective of this session. It doesn't mean that's the end. We as Digital Frontiers keep on learning and keep on making sure that we do things better in order to be more inclusive. So please do keep on talking to us or communicating with us about the program.
Okay. So I see someone is saying he doesn't have a laptop. You don't, if once you have a smartphone, you can do the courses. So we'll share, once we onboard, we'll share a link to how you can download or have access to Mondo. It's the smartphone version for the classroom. So you can always do it on your phone. You don't have to, if you have a laptop, it's good, but if you don't have a laptop and you have a smartphone, you can still do the courses. You can listen in, you can watch all your videos with your smartphone. Okay.
Okay.
Right. I think Godfred, sorry, Godfred, I think we are almost wrapping up. So unfortunately, we can't do the switch over. Our sincere apologies on that. Yeah.
So maybe just closing reflections. We are very honored to be part of the FIRST+II project. And we are working really, really hard in order to do our part to build the capacity required, to do our part to ensure that the overall objective is achieved, empowering young women, youth, strengthening the market within Ghana, strengthening financial services that are serving the agricultural value chains and MSMEs, and hoping for a better world, right? Equal economic participation, and reducing gaps. So overall, just being a more inclusive economic opportunity and market participation. So I think I can end there. Asantewa, do you have any final words?
I want to say that we thank them for their time and we are looking forward to all the applications. If they have a colleague who couldn't make it to the meeting, but they know has an interest, once we share the link with you, please share with them, let them also apply, and we'll see how it goes. But thank you all so much for your time. It's been a beautiful evening, and we truly are grateful for your questions and also for the feedback that we've received. Thank you.
Thank you. I see a question about stipend. So it's there are not many opportunities for stipends under the project that we're doing. But if you for the in-person events, well, we would support you with a small transport support for you to get to the venue and participate. So don't think of large stipends or anything like that. It's not really the scope of this capacity building project.
Hey, thank you. It's capacity. So we want to give you knowledge so that through the knowledge, you can make all the money that you want to make, someday.
Yes.
So thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, Martin. Thank you.
everyone. We're going to adjourn now. We're going to go. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you all so much and have a good evening. Yes, we will share the link. Let me repost again. So we'll send it to all of you on the call. We'll send you an email with a link. By today is Friday and you know the time. So hopefully by Monday you would receive the link and then you can apply. But I put it in the chat box, so you can find it in the chat as well. Okay. Let me see if I can repost again. Okay. I've sent it. That's the last thing you see in the comment, in the chat, sorry, in the chat. So please check the chats. You'd see that there is a link there. Just click on it and it will take you to the application place. And then you can fill in the questions that we've asked you. But thank you all so much. I think it's safe to say we are done.
Yes, thank you. And bye-bye.